Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0, the Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, not again.
Lead Booker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin, into his hands, and guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it. Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone, and
yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo, corta dentro, Ringo, touchdown! Georgia!
Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory, Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs. Sick 'em.
What's going on, Dog Nation and Respect the Hedges family? Coming off of a good win on Saturday, man. We back in here to talk Georgia football. That's right, man. It's always go Dogs around here. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. But before we do, as always, we're presented by the Tailgate Kings. All right. We back up in here, man. That's right. Another episode of Respect the Hedges, a part of the Fan Addict Sports Network. We're glad you stopped by to join us today. We're going to be talking a little Georgia versus Kentucky. We head up to Lexington this weekend to take on the Wildcats, coming off a loss to South Carolina. Didn't look too good, but I'm pretty sure they'll have their head on a little bit better for the Dogs for sure. So let's go ahead and bring in our guys and start talking about this thing, man. First up, you already know who it is, man. It's our guy, E-Rob. What's going on, E-Rob?
Coach, what's up, baby? It's always good when the Dogs are 2-0, baby. So we're looking good. We got a little bit of a lackluster game coming up here on the weekend. We're going to try to find some internal motivation. I think the fact that those couple of guys transferred over to Kentucky, that'll find a way for us to kind of get up for this game. So I look for us to find a way internally to get turned up and then turn and show out on them boys on Saturday.
That's right, man. It's bringing the coolest fan in the land. It's our guy, Cool Cal. What's going on, Cal?
What it do, fellas? What it do? What it do? E-Rob summed it up, man. Simple. Good win. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to move on. But I don't think we're going to have problems finding motivation for this game. At the end of the day, it's still an SEC game. It's still an important game that you got to go out there, perform, play your best, and I think we will.
That's right. I'm definitely in agreement with both of y'all, man. We have to find that internal, like you say, motivation. But like Cal said, that internal motivation is probably going to be because it is another SEC game, and we need this to get to our first goal, which is going to Atlanta to play for that SEC championship. All right, man. Let's see who in the building. Of course, y'all already know who first up is Shelby.
You already know.
Yeah, first lady. She in the building. What's going on, Shelby? Make sure you like and subscribe. That is correct. That is great. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Share it with some Dog fans. Next time you show up, bring a Dog fan.
Right. That's right.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So what's going on? I got Bama Talk with John. What's going on, John? Appreciate you getting in here, my guy. Susie Dickinson say, who let them dogs? That's right. Who let them dogs? Listen, we're gonna let them dogs out in Lexington this weekend, Susie. That's right.
Damn right.
Getting up in here. The Respect the Hedges photographer in the building, Caitlin Hill. Y'all make sure y'all check her out, man. Doing good things. We appreciate you getting in here, Kate. Ryman Lemon, what's going on, man? You look lonely. Is everybody out partying? No, man, that's how we are.
We here with Coach. Coach ain't alone.
Right. I know you get in here a little late sometimes, Raymond, but I always start the show out like that. Lost. They look like they resorted back to rugby. Listen, they. I don't know if they knew what the forward pass was Saturday up there.
So, Coach, you going back this week? You going back this week? You gonna double up on Lexington?
No, man. We got our show. Speaking of that, what I'm saying, y'all make sure y'all, if y'all not going to Lexington,
that was it.
If y'all not going to Lexington, man, and y'all in the Athens area or Atlanta, and you want to drive up and have a watch party, come chill with your guys at Creature Comforts, the official tap room of UGA Athletics. We'll be there from our pregame show will start at 5 p.m. Eastern time to 6:30, and then stay for the watch party, have some of the brew at Creature Comforts. If you haven't been there and you are a beer drinker, it is the place to be in Athens. Y'all make sure y'all get out there, man, and get with your boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. We'll talk a little Dogs pregame. We'll talk a little SEC pregame. We'll hit the audience for some questions pregame. So make sure y'all get up in there. So good segue there, E-Rod. Good segue.
I like it.
What's going on? We appreciate you getting in there. Appreciate you getting in here. Say go Dogs. Always go Dogs around here. Always go Dogs around here. Now, the trouble with this past weekend, we was playing Tennessee Tech, Cool Cal, and ESPN decided to put it on ESPN Plus. Not a lot of people got ESPN Plus. I was out in Lexington. I got it, but I still couldn't watch it, so I had to watch some highlights. They will re-air the game tomorrow. Did you see any of the highlights, Cal?
I did see the highlights, but for much different reasons. I'd go ahead and say it. It was my daughter's birthday. Well, actually, her birthday is today, so I want to tell her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, baby.
Happy birthday.
Yep, just turned 16, so we had a big party for Saturday, so I was running around doing all that kind of stuff. And it actually fell on the perfect weekend, to be honest with you.
Right.
So I did see the highlights. It looked like, obviously, we went out there professional, took care of business, didn't mess around, got a lot of young guys some playing time, and, let's get ready for the next one.
Okay. That's about what I saw. You know what I'm saying? Just went out there, handled business. Kirby did what Kirby did. I told my boys that they wasn't going to. Somebody was like, well, how many you think we're going to score? I said, we won't cover. Kirby's not that kind of coach. Kirby's going to get all his young guys in. Kirby also agreed to do the 10-minute quarter in the fourth quarter and the running clock in the fourth quarter.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he always does that for the lower schools if they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? If they want to do it, then he say, I'm cool, I'm good with it. Conversely, when Furman wanted to do it for Lane Kiffin denied it. So that's
and Coach, man, I just want to say this real quick. And I was gonna say, that's a great point where we are as a program. You don't have to go out there and beat guys 75-0, 80-0. You know what I'm saying? It's humiliating enough to go out there and get your brains beat in. But I can appreciate that where we are as a program. We go out there, take care of business. It's a strong performance. Let's move on. Let those guys get out of there safe as well, man, and get back.
That's right. Shelby says a happy 16th to your daughter. Did you get her?
That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all starting stuff. Maybe if we didn't have that party, I could have bought her a car.
Oh, man, here we go.
Let me tell you, man, them things ain't cheap. They ain't cheap.
Know, boy.
Right. Listen, Shelby gets in and says UGA Alabama charter trip to Tuscaloosa. Go to tailgatekingsatl.com, man. Listen, $150, you get a trip from Atlanta to Tuscaloosa on a charter bus where they're going to be having a good time on the charter bus. You get your drink included. When you get there, you get to be a part of one of the biggest tailgates that's going to be happening down there. You get your food included. And then after you too tipsy to get in the car and drive or anything, you just get back on the bus and take your butt back to Atlanta. So you got
and keep the party going. Get back on the bus and keep the party going.
Keep the party
going. You know what I'm saying? So you get your ride there, ride back, you get drinks, you get food. Hey, man, what else can you want? Even if you're not going to the game, look into getting on the charter bus so you can get down there, party with some SEC fans, Dog fans, Bama fans, and have a good time. My guy JV ain't with us tonight, but I tried to do my best, JV. Hopefully I made you proud, guy.
That was awesome, Coach. Coach. You did a good fill-in.
Right.
You ain't selling like JV was selling.
Right now. JB
No,
sound
that's what I'm
like
saying.
infomercial.
You're a good COO. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's you did good. Good feeling.
Right. TailgateKeysATL.com. Paul maybe in the building. What's going on? Say what's up. Quick question. Is
What's up,
this
Paul?
defense scary to y'all? I know they are working, but it don't feel scary. Like we don't have that guy. Love the show. That's a good question, P. That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm gonna let E-Rob jump on that question. So is this defense scary to you? If it's not, is it because do we have that guy?
They scaring me. You know what I'm saying? So if I was walking down the alley right now, I wouldn't want to see this defense walking behind me in a dark alley. They look pissed off. They look like they know where they need to be. Of course, there's some things we got to work on, just some things, reading keys. But in terms of once they figure out what that ball is, it's a lot of angry dogs getting to that ball and we're not missing a lot of tackles. So I'm really impressed with what we're doing. I love what we're doing so far. We talk about Clemson. Clemson scored like damn near 100 points this week. You know what I'm saying? I know it's with a lesser opponent, but they didn't even really sniff the end zone playing up. So that's what I'm looking for. So you know what I'm saying? It may not look like past years or whatever, but this is this year, 2024. This defense is not letting people get in the end zone. That's all I care about.
Right. Good question, P. Good question, P. And I like you get it started. And I gotta see a question coming from Susie. We'll get to that one too. Y'all go ahead and put y'all questions in, man. We played Tennessee Tech. It ain't a lot of film review to do. And then y'all all watch Kentucky. I'm gonna get to let you get to this question, Cal, before we go on. And it ain't a lot. I mean, if y'all watched any of the South Carolina Kentucky game, I mean, I got a couple of clips, but I don't even know if it's worth queuing up the tape. So, but good question, Pete. Cool Cal, your thoughts on the scary D and if we have that guy?
We have, first off, I'm surprised E-Rob didn't say that Malachi Starks is that guy. It might not be the
dead horse.
Nah, man, you gotta beat it. You gotta beat it. He might be the best defensive player in college football right now. We got to respect that. Just because he's a safety, he's in the secondary, and plus we haven't been challenged yet. So I think that's another thing that probably we need to see more of, us being challenged. But like E-Rob just said, man, we just held a team to 3 points that just went out and scored 66 last week. I don't care who you playing, 66 is still 66 points. You know, so we held that team to 3 points, and they barely were able to get across the 50-yard line. And you know, whether we have, you know, a Jalen Carter or whatever, we got a lot of scary dudes coming at you. And I think that we'll start to see a lot more of that once we start to play some better competition. We'll start to see, you know, the Jalen Walkers, like we said, Malachi Starks, and those guys really step up, and we'll see those SEC and All-American type performances.
Right. Good job. I'm definitely with y'all on that, man. Good question by P, man. I think it's like this. It may not be like Jalen Carter's a man child. He can manhandle. He can pick people up with one arm and stuff like that. You know,
they don't come along like that, Coach. You don't just hit them.
What I will tell you is, P, keep your eye on the linebacker room. It don't matter which number. The inside linebackers, whether it was C.J. Allen or it's Raylan Wilson,
that boy,
or you know, bro,
Raylan,
Smile Munden, just watch him. How fundamentally sound, and like, you know, it's hard. If you go back and watch the Clemson game, it's hard for people just to move the ball, period, on us, because all 11 people are doing their job at all times. And the linebackers are able to run free and make all these plays because we got guys like Christian Miller in that middle, down low, in the middle, and Stackhouse handling the boys. Like Christian was taking on 2 and 3 blocks in the Clemson game. So, hey, but that's what I'll say. No, we don't have a Jalen Carter, but again, nobody does. And just that's like we don't have Brock Bowers, but Lawson Lucky out there doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? So good question there. We'll get to these other questions, but y'all already know what time of the show it is, man. Listen, Hina always give us that fire content, whether it be at the Atlanta Touchdown Club of Atlanta, at the game, at the tailgate, or just on vacation running into college football fans. So let's take a look at where Hina's hiding.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay, here we are at the Touchdown Club of Atlanta. I'm here with Joey Milcott, and I have a question for you. Any surprises so far this season?
Any surprises? Yeah, I mean, I think like what happened to Kentucky, who of course you're getting ready to go play. I didn't see that coming. So South Carolina, going up there in their place and laying it on them the way they did. Kentucky could not protect Brock in any way, shape, or form, and this is probably the wrong opponent to have to deal with this week if you're Kentucky after that performance. I think that and Auburn losing and looking as bad on offense as they did, I think that was certainly those would probably be the biggest surprises to this point.
What do you think about Texas thus far?
Really, really impressed. Like really impressed. I still am curious to see how they handle the grind of the SEC season, but from what we've seen and what we saw Saturday in Michigan, they're deep, they're big, they're fast, they're strong. They look every bit like an SEC power should look. And, if they can navigate that grind, there's no reason to think they can't be a national contender when it's all said and done.
Got it. All right, who are your top 4 teams?
My top 4 in the league?
In the end, the Natty.
For the Natty. Well, it's good. I'm huge on Ole Miss, to be honest with you. Obviously, Georgia, I think, is there too. Hard to pick against Ohio State if you're looking at somebody outside this league. And then, it could be Texas. I still think Bama's a lot better than we saw Saturday. I still like them a lot. If you look around the other leagues, I don't know that anybody in the Big 12 or ACC would be up there. Oregon's been disappointing. I expected them to be better.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about them at the beginning. And
So you don't want to be that homer that says 3 out of the top 4 in the SEC, but heck, the AP says 6 out of the top 7 are. So I guess we're not that big of homers to say it, right? We'll take it. Yeah.
All right, who's your final pick?
It's hard to pick against Georgia, to be honest. Yeah, I would say Georgia. Yeah, I figured you would, Hina.
Go Dogs.
I figured you would.
Thank you so much.
Good talking to you.
What island are you on? I'll find my next victim to interview. Let's go. In Aruba, if you hadn't guessed. I mean, this water, look at it. It's just insane. How about a football game in here? I mean, I'll take someone on in the water. Let's go. I'm gonna look for my next victim. Let's see. I got a question for y'all. Are you guys college football fans? Yes. Oh, yes! I found some college football fans. Can I do a quick interview? Sure. I'm on a podcast called Respect the Hedges. A bunch of Georgia football guys that used to play the 12-game playoff system. And who do you think is gonna be the top 4? How about that? Do you know anything about this? We're from Rutgers football. Oh my God! I just met someone else from Rutgers. Really? You need to meet them. They're at our hut. Oh, really? Holy shit! Yeah, he went to Rutgers.
I worked for the Rutgers football team for 2 years.
Get out of here! What did you do with them?
Athletic training.
Girl, I was an athletic trainer at Georgia. Look at that. We got our trainers in Aruba enjoying the weather. Okay. Yes. Who do you think is going to be the national champion this year?
I'll go with Alabama as usual.
Alabama! No! That's all good, though. I respect it. Have you watched him on College Game Day yet?
No.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he's good. You got to watch him. He's amazing. Well, I got my trainer here. What's your name? Maddie. Maddie and Jake. My guys, they're so sweet to stop in the middle of the water for me. Go Georgia Bulldogs! Yes. That's what she meant to say, was the Georgia Bulldogs. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Some football guys. I mean, you gotta. I got exclusive contracts and stuff. He's got an exclusive contract. We gotta talk to his agent before we're allowed to do this. Okay. Oh, you guys see my credentials. Okay. So here I am in friggin' Aruba in Baby Beach. Tell me your name, sir.
I'm John from Philadelphia.
John from Philly. But John, I heard you're an Alabama fan.
Roll Tide, baby. My daughter went there, so my allegiance. Okay. That's my allegiance. Lies there.
Okay. So tell me about this college football season. Who do you think are going to be the top 4 teams standing and why?
Well, unfortunately, Georgia's probably going to be one of them.
Unfortunately, do you see these earrings?
Ohio State looks pretty good.
Yep.
Penn State.
Come on, Penn State, we are!
They'll falter. And I'll go a long shot and say Alabama's going to surprise us this year.
Okay.
So
I hear you on that one. What about Michigan? I mean, they're
Michigan's
the defending national champions.
They're not going to win, though, again.
Okay.
No shot.
Okay. No shot.
No shot. They're good. No shot.
I like it. Like she's tuning in. Who was your final decision on the national champion? Who is it?
I hate to say it. I hate to say Ohio State, but I'm going Alabama just because.
Just because. Yeah. Okay. Well, you heard it from Aruba. Let's see what happens. In the end, it's always from me. Go Dogs.
Shout out to Hina for getting the footage all the way in Aruba. Hina will interview a college football fan anywhere, man. Anywhere Hina will find some college football fans and interview them in the middle of the ocean. It's like shout out to Hina for the fire content.
Yeah, I want to renegotiate my contract. I want to switch with Hina. I want to do all that. I think I should be on location. I think I can make that look really good. So I want to renegotiate. I'm going back to the table.
Right. You want to renegotiate,
we gotta talk some.
your contract.
Okay. I mean, that looks beautiful though, man. In Aruba, I mean, she got them talking college football. Look, look
in the middle of the water.
We are international. This is an international show. We're not local. We're not some local jokers. Okay, this is international. Y'all better get on board.
Okay. Okay. Right. E, you gonna wear the earrings too?
I'm gonna let Hina do that. I'm gonna rock this. I'm gonna rock this right here. I'm gonna let Hina do the earrings though.
Okay.
Right. That's right.
Nah,
man.
good stuff though. Good stuff
that was
though.
Dope.
I
was real
love
dope.
It. Yeah.
That's right, man. Like I always say, man, y'all channels might be bringing decent content, but y'all girls can't rock like our girls, man.
Not
we
like
all in Aruba getting the content. Shout out to Hina, man. Hina say, "Come on, E-Rob, come on and do it."
I can't do the earring now. You trying to
She need a cameraman. She need a cameraman.
Okay. Oh yeah.
She do. She do. She need a cameraman and some theme music.
As the theme music, right. All right, man. Shout out to our guy Garrett Bowler getting in there. Oklahoma fan. We appreciate you getting in here, Garrett. Appreciate you getting in, stopping by.
Thank you, Garrett.
All right, man. We had a question earlier from Susie Dickinson. Says, guys, do y'all think we have enough wide receiver talent to beat Texas? I think we got enough talent across the board to beat Texas. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy out, but I definitely think we got enough wide receiver talent. I think we got wide receiver talent in droves, to be honest with you. I mean, we got guys on guys. So that's just what I say on that one. Cal, what you think?
Oh, absolutely. Especially too, I was also looking at the numbers too. I was excited to see, man, Arian Smith led us in receptions and receiving yards again. So, I mean, we get that guy going and continue at this pace, and it looks like he's a big part of the offense, man. That's just going to really help us be explosive, along with the tight ends as well, along with what Lucky is doing. It looks like he's starting to get some more confidence in playing and get more explosive in the passing game. Absolutely, because it's not like you're going to be able to go out there and focus on one guy or two guys. You got to focus on the whole field. And I think that's a problem for anybody.
Right. E-Rob, your thoughts on the wide receiver room being up to par to take on Texas?
I mean, I concur with what both of y'all said. I mean, Cal hit it right on. You pretty much said everything I was going to say, man. Appreciate that. But anyway, we're deep, you know what I'm saying? And you can't really focus on where we're going to go with the ball, like Cal said. So, you know, this year is one of those years where I definitely feel like we're deep in the receiver room. And then you look at the new guy, Landon Humphreys, and guys
London, yeah.
Right.
London, I mean, come on, man. Those guys, I think that because I was picking him to be one of those guys for the second half of the season, just come out of nowhere, and he showed the first game. So, you know, we're deep. And then, like you said, Kyle, with the tight ends, you put that in there, and then the trigger man throwing the ball, and he knows everything inside and out. I just really feel like we got enough firepower to score with anyone. The question is, do they have enough firepower to score on us? That's the
correct.
question.
I think that's a good question, and I think both of you guys hit it on the head. Sometimes when you got a Marvin Harrison Jr. and that's all you got, if he go down, then you like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? One of the things is about Georgia. You don't like Arian is leading us right now, but you don't know if you can cover Arian, Don Bell, Dylan Bell, Dominic Leverett, London Humphrey. I mean, we still ain't even tapped into some of like some
Miami,
Kobe
Young.
We ain't even hit number 5. Right.
Come on, man. Anthony Evans. We saw what he could do if you watched any of the highlights from Saturday, you saw the opening punt, or it was a kickoff or one of the, I think it was a punt. We stopped him on the first drive. Yeah, he almost took it to the house. He's explosive. We got a lot of talent out there, not to mention Oscar Delt, Lawson Lucky, Trevor Etienne catching out of the backfield is a pass catching running back. Frazier is going to turn into that as well. So I think we got plenty of weapons. Good question, Susie. E-Rob, you're not going to be able to be the cameraman on the trip with Hina because Kate Hill says, no, she's on the camera. Don't forget that.
Respect, Katie. I'm gonna stay in my damn lane. I'm doing too much. Let me stay in my lane.
You are already getting punked for the job.
Yeah, my bad. Let me stay in my lane because Kate, she said that with a chest too. Come on, Katie.
Right. Shelby talking about she just coming to get the drinks for everybody. Hey, somebody, listen, everybody doing their job just like the Georgia defense, man.
Just like there you go.
There you go,
man, Coach. Look at you, Coach. I see you. You ready for Saturday? I see you, baby.
That's right. Garrett say he hate Texas and they don't have the firepower. Hey, listen, I get the dislike for Texas, Garrett, but they did kind of look good on Saturday from the part that I saw.
Yeah,
I think they got talent. They got a good trigger man, just like we do. At the end of the day, I feel like our defense is better than their defense. Where I could say the offense is pretty much a wash. I would say we probably got a better running back room.
Yeah, they got some injuries. They had some injuries, early already.
But they still able
I think they lost they top 2 guys in camp.
But they're still able to run the ball. So
absolutely.
I think top to bottom, we may have it, but they score, enough to beat people down. You know what I'm saying? But I think we edge them out in the defensive category. So yeah, man, y'all keep coming with the questions, man. Y'all keep coming with the questions.
We're gonna see in October, baby. We're gonna see.
Right.
Absolutely. This is something that's gonna get settled, and it might take a couple times for it to get settled.
Right.
Whoa, what you hitting at? What a little foreshadowing. Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
We're going to try something new today. We're going to, while we talking, I'm going to put the link in here to the stream. And if somebody wants to call in, you do not have to be on camera. If somebody wants to call in and give their thoughts on the dogs, you can count dogs, Kentucky, Tennessee Tech, whatever it is. I put the stream link in there and you can do that. Before we do that, though, or while we're waiting to see if anybody wants to take us up, is a perfect time to go to Getting Petty with Shelby. So,
what she done did now.
Watching Kentucky last week further explains why Brock Vandegrift only played during garbage time at UGA. It's clear that football is not his ministry, just like DJU at FSU and anyone at Georgia Tech.
Just throwing strays, just pop.
Strays everywhere. Strays everywhere.
So she got something in on Kentucky, Ualele, FSU. Tech. She just went across the South real quick and just knocked a couple people out real quick. Right.
Like she just has this petty on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And everybody can get it. So shout out to Shelby and getting petty.
You know what I'm saying? And Brock, isn't he from Athens?
Yeah.
Or close to Athens or something like that?
The surrounding areas. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Lance, we appreciate you getting in here, Lance B. He said a street sweeper of pettiness.
Hey, so while we waiting on somebody to call in, I do want to. So did you guys? I know, Coach, you were at the game. So while we're talking about this, you got a chance to see Brock Vandegrift because I think you and I were on the same page. He was never going to play for Georgia. I think this is the best move for him. What did you see?
Listen,
Because
man,
I know what I saw on TV.
Right. So I watched it. Listen, I'm gonna give it twofold. So I watched a little bit of him in the first game against lesser competition. He looked like the Brock we knew, like decent. Running plays was his highlight. Saturday in the stands, I think I might have sent a text to the group chat. I'm like, does he look as bad as he look in person? Listen,
That's right.
the dude is athletic. And he can throw it a long way, so he has a strong arm, but like his accuracy isn't there. I don't know if his ability to read defenses are there. Their offensive line, they ain't that great. He doesn't have a good running game, so it could be the support cast around him. He does have some good wide receivers. I like Barry and Brown and Denke at the receiver spot for Kentucky, but I don't know if that's enough to help him out. Like the tight end is kind of just, mid, you know what I'm saying? And no, Brock didn't look too good Saturday in person in Lexington. And now South Carolina has a good defense. They got a good front four, I would say, and a linebacker here or there, but they don't have the defense that Georgia has. So I don't know. Listen, I asked that guy, I was like, well, maybe they was overlooking South Carolina, looking towards Georgia already. I don't know, because in person, they did not look like a Mark Stoops coach team. They
Right.
didn't. So that's what I say about that.
Yeah.
Right.
It looked bad.
Cal, did you see?
Bro, they had 183 yards of offense.
Bruh.
44 passing yards.
It looked bad, dog. I'm telling you.
But look, that's how many yards Clemson had against us. 188. So just, you know what I'm saying?
It looked
True,
bad,
true.
man.
11 penalties as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm
They're
saying.
heavily penalized.
Just all together didn't look like a Mark
Yeah.
Stoops coach team, because even when Mark Stoops teams ain't good, they disciplined, they physical, they playing to the whistle. Like I remember Barry and Brown's really fast.
He
I
fast.
remember he in the third quarter, they was already down like 17-3 or something like that, and he came out, he got a jet sweep. He didn't there was a chance for him to cut off the first block and turn up field. He just kept running, ran out of bounds. I was like, Barry said, if this the effort everybody giving, then I'm gonna jump in, and this is gonna be the effort I'm giving. It's almost like they gave up, and I don't know. They look like they reversed roles, to be honest with you. Because
Let me ask you a question, man. We have a quarterback that's 3 for 10 for 30 yards and a pick. How much effort are you putting in?
Facts.
Yeah.
They probably see this guy and they like, man, this dude stinks, man. Like, what are we supposed to do out here? So why am I going out here to get beat up?
I don't know.
I'm
gonna ask y'all this, and just is Stoops tired of being in Lexington? He did try to go get
Maybe.
the
Texas A&M
job. Yeah, right. Is he tired? Is he tired of being a coach who don't have the backing? Because regardless of what he do on the field, it's still about basketball in Lexington, Kentucky. No matter what he does. So is he kind of getting tired of that whole, you know what I'm saying, playing second fiddle?
Well, I think I think just like every other coach at Kentucky's, Vanderbilt's, couple other schools that I can't quite think of, but there's only so far that you're going to be able to take those schools, and I think he's taken them to their highest level. And like you said, Coach, I think they had announced them last year for the A&M job, and then came back and took it back, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had accepted it. Some confusion about maybe he was offered or wasn't offered, but he was on his way out. He was ready to go. And that's a good point. He may be tired there because he's taken them as far as it can go, and it's hard to sustain that type of consistent winning at Kentucky, because like you said, you don't have the backing. It's a basketball school. You get secondhand support, and what more can he do? And so I think last year was his time to strike it while it was hot. He didn't, and I don't know. I don't know how you go out there and lose like that to South Carolina.
Right. Like I say, I'm not even like I say, when I was in the stadium, it wasn't even about the score. It's just I'm watching these guys, and it's like they'll go hard for 2 or 3 plays, and then they just kind of go through the motion and say, hey, I was headed that way. He blocked me, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. It just, our guy CA gets in and say dogs by 50.
Wait, guys, y'all just glossed over something that, man, I don't know how I missed this. So wait, Stoops had got that far down the rabbit hole with Texas A&M to where whether they announced him or not, but they were down that far. So how does he come back to Kentucky? Like, how do you do that? Like, what is the team? They know you don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? They know you was trying to get gone.
Garrett say Brock is addition by subtraction. Hey, listen, I ain't here. Listen, again, I'm only here to talk about what dudes do on the field. But I will say the Kentucky fans was not pleased with Brock Vandagriff.
It looked bad, Coach.
I heard a Kentucky fan say he can take his back to Georgia. It's like, okay.
No, you can't do that.
Listen, man. First off, it's the second game, but some of the trouble there is the expectations that people had just because he had that 5-star beside his name. A lot of people don't watch film. A lot of people don't know that kind of thing. Like, and they got a new offensive coordinator. I mean, it's his first time with him, but the rest of the guys, they changed offensive coordinators like every other year. Like the guy that was with the Rams, he came in 3 years ago, left, then came back last year, then left again. It's like, I don't know what's going on at Kentucky, but they don't seem like they got it together. Shelby said everybody can catch a stray, by the way.
Yeah, you let them go.
And I was going to say, too, about Stoops, real quick about Stoops. So he actually did offer them the job. It says that their board of regents rejected him. So that's why he didn't get.
Wow. Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It's a story. I don't want to get into it, but.
So the players at Kentucky, they know he's not, you know what I'm saying, 100%.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So how does that work? Like,
as a mental, like your team takes on your persona. Kirby's fiery, so the team is fiery. You know what I'm saying? If you play hard nosed, like energetic, not for nothing. Shane Beam was really energetic. He might not be the best coach, but he's really energetic. So when they start the game, they're really energetic. You know what I'm saying? And if the players see that you really ain't all the way in, are they gonna be all the way in?
They're not.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, depending on how the game goes Saturday, I don't know. I don't know. Like they could lose all faith in everything because they'd be 1-2, 0-1 in the SEC, and things like that. And I mean, we'll see how that goes. Susie says, guys, I'm not sold on our defense. I still remember that bully ball Alabama did to us in the SEC championship game, knocking our defensive lineman 2 or 3 yards out of the ball. That is correct. They did do that. What I will tell you to that, Susie, you didn't see anybody else all year do that. And Alabama has 2 to 3, if not 4 pieces new on the offensive line. They got a new offensive line coach. And that was last year. And some of those guys are gone. Some of those guys are back. But I think our defensive line, I can tell you this, Clemson offensive line ain't Alabama's offensive line, but Matt Luke definitely has made strides in their offensive line, and we was not getting bullied off the ball. We only gave up 42 yards rushing to the ACC, one of the best running backs in the ACC in the first game. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not scared of Alabama's offensive line, to be honest with you. If you are still scared of Alabama's offensive line, go watch South Florida. So
right.
If you watch South Florida in Tuscaloosa, go back and watch that game. If nothing else, watch the highlights. You'll catch some of those. They was pretty much getting bullied. And I was on a show yesterday where a lot of Alabama fans were saying so.
No, I watched that. I watched it because this was not no fluke. They weren't running crazy. This was just they was getting whooped up front. And them boys just giving them all they wanted up front. And that was they did it last year, the same thing. So, just kind of
I also think too is a good point. I mean, that was last year. This is the new year. I think we've got more depth. I think we have, some guys that could, make some better plays on the defensive line as well. But I mean, in the first 2 games, I don't know what else you could possibly do to be any better. I mean, Tennessee Tech, I just looked 40 carries for like 120 yards. I don't know what else you can do.
My question would be, what have you seen in 2024 to not make you believe in our D-line? That's what I guess the better question would be.
Good question.
So Shelby says, Ebra, how do you go back when everybody knows you wanted to leave?
Right.
Once we break up, it's over. And then Lance B say, don't try to spin the block. Dog fans ruthless when you go up out of Athens. Listen, man.
Oh.
Outside of this coming weekend, I wish Brock Vandagriff all the best, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they get it together. But they look to be, from what I saw in person, in for a very, very long season. And it don't get no better. Now, J-Dog gets in here. We appreciate you, J-Dog. I see you. Hold on, J-Dog. I'm going to find you somewhere. Here we go. It says Saturday's game is supposed to have bad weather. So I'm assuming you're going to say, you know, we'll see what it looks like. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this before, and at the end of the show, we definitely going to get into our predictions and stuff. I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all not going to like what y'all see from Kirby Smart this weekend. I'm just going to let y'all know that because now I did check the weather. The weather is supposed to rain. Our game is at 7:30. It's supposed to rain from 2 to 3. And I want to say around 12 noon. So that means the field is going to be slushy. Also, Kirby always states that Kentucky is the most physical game of the year. That's what he always says. And they always play us tough is what they say. A lot of that's because Kirby is trying to get out of this game with little to no injuries. So when you're trying to get out of a game with little to no injuries, you run the ball more ball control, less possessions, less chance for people getting hurt. So for those that think we're going to run up in there and beat them 55-3, it ain't happening. I'm just gonna tell you that's not Kirby's game plan. His game plan is get out of there with no injuries. So just keep that in mind when we're doing this prediction segment. And it's gonna be a rainy, muddy field. So I'm just letting y'all
CA said dogs by 50, coach. I don't know what you talking about.
That's what he say. He say dogs by 50.
50.
Hey, my man.
Ebron, I predict a close game or a low score, and I ain't gonna say close. It ain't gonna be close, but I feel like it's gonna be lower scoring. I'm always glad to be wrong on
Coach,
that.
what you say about the weather? You said it's gonna rain earlier in the day, or like?
So it's gonna rain around midnight, then it's gonna rain again around noon, then it's gonna rain again from 2 to 3. It's gonna be about 73 degrees, so it's not gonna be too cold, not gonna be too hot, but the field may be a little. I don't know if they got like that artificial grass or what they got on that field.
Fine.
Field look good in person. I can tell you that, the actual grass. So I don't know. So it may not be as bad as we thinking, but I just tell you, we will probably see, even if we get up, let's say we get up, you know, big in the first half, just know the second half is going to be a whole bunch of running the ball.
But the only thing I'm going to say about that, Coach, is that don't mean we ain't going to keep scoring. We're going to get to the prediction, but I'm just saying, we might not throw it, but that don't mean we're going to stop scoring, baby. Because I think they're going to lay down.
They say, come on, meteorologist. That's right. I needed one of the Respect the Hedges later to be up on the blue board pointing to nothing while we got the green screen showing all the weather. You know,
right.
J-Dawg said, hey, they got Dumas Johnson telling them all our plays. Listen, I still like Dumas Johnson. I was a fan of his. I mean, hey, but one thing we always say on Respect the Hedges, Athens ain't the place you want to get hurt. So, hey, man, good luck to the dude. But I can tell you from watching the all 22 copy, he don't look, and he did have a serious injury, so I will say that. But he don't have the pieces around him. So, and he had an injury, so all that intel, he ain't the same Dumas Johnson. I can tell y'all that. At least Saturday he wasn't. He was making some plays here and there, and then some plays he would have been making in Athens. He was not making in Lexington against South Carolina Saturday. So I don't know. He doesn't have that front in front of him, you know, clearing up, eating up blocks and allowing him to run free, which all good linebackers need, not just JDJ. So I mean, I'm just saying that's just my thoughts.
And that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. He knows the plays and he knows the program. But that only is going to help you so much. You still got to go up there and physically whip people. And can you do that? Hell no.
No.
Kentucky
no.
Right.
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, you got to go out there and play ball. And one thing, Mike Bobo's trying to put a little bit more of his spin on the offense. I think last year he went straight into more Todd Monken's offense, so it would be an easier, smoother transition. And now he's putting in a little bit. He still has some of those concepts and plays and things of that nature. So, but Dumas Johnson gonna need a little bit more than the playbook to help him out on Saturday. Just to be honest, Shelby said in other news, rip to Notre Dame's playoff hopes. bang, 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 bang.
Did she just let them go?
That's what we said. We're going across the country now. She done got out the South. Now she going up to the Midwest with it.
So, Coach, so you said you didn't get a chance to watch any college football on Saturday. So I watched that
full
game.
Games. Yeah, not full game. I definitely didn't see any of that game, E-Rob. I definitely didn't see it. What was going on, dog? What was going on?
Man, just Notre Dame is just not a great team. I mean, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time talking about them, but they're just not a great team. And they just got beat. You know what I'm saying? They just got beat, period. And nothing else to it. They're just not a great team. I hope they make the playoff, and I hope we get the chance to see them. I just want to beat the hell out of them. I just like beating the hell out of the Irish.
The pettiness is rubbing off on him. He just said JDJ said he wanted to go somewhere he could have more fun. 2 natties? Well, go figure. Hey,
have more fun.
Hey,
have more fun.
Yeah,
go have more fun. Then I don't think I've heard that in Lexington, Kentucky, but okay.
I hope he's having fun.
I gotta see if he went to Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he went to
Lexington, Kentucky.
Talking about having more fun.
Listen, man, as a JDJ type, he probably knew he was going to Lexington, walk in there, beat a man without any question, and anybody else. Like, I'm not saying that's what he was looking for, but easily he knew he had.
That's why he's not playing at that level, too, Coach. But that's why he's not playing at that level, too, Coach. When you got them dogs behind you, you got to keep playing at this level, and that's why we gonna keep kicking.
They nipping at them heels. You got to keep running. He getting tired.
You got to. Yep. That's why he wasn't having fun. But see, that's that level of. I mean, that's what Kirby has. That level of you can't really relax around here. That's why we're gonna stay on top. He gonna keep trying to. He gonna bring guys to replace you every year. Every year. I love
to his point, you know what I'm saying? I my nephew ended up going to South Carolina, but I got to go on some recruiting trips to see how some things was. And when you go to Georgia, like the recruiting trips is more business like than but Kirby's here for a purpose. What I'm saying? He listen, Nick Saban and Kobe both said one time, what's more fun than winning? So whatever you got to do to win, that's what we trying to do in Athens. And hey, man, great. Hey, great to have him there. He helped us win a natty. You know what I'm saying? One of them in 2022. Hey, more power to him. Go have your fun. And hopefully it considers. So Susie says, guys, what do you think of Colorado and Nebraska game? Coach Prime, healing motivation speaker, not a head coach. I think you just summed it all up, Susie.
Yeah, Susie, you can join the show because I think we all agree with that.
I was about to say you might have been listening to me on some other shows because I'm a huge Coach Deion.
I love
Sanders, Deion Sanders fan, the player, the father, off the field, you know what I'm saying. But like,
Coach Prime,
he's a
Jackson
good motivational speaker.
You need to go back to Jackson State.
The in-game coaching just ain't there. Like, and it's not. It falls on him. Like, it's not just him, but it falls on him because he puts all of his coordinators and assistants in place. And I just don't believe in the staff, period, because you ain't telling me 2 overhauls and you ain't got no good players, dog. Like, you got some good players. Somewhere out of 90-something players between these 2 years that's done came in and out. Somebody got to.
He has good players though, but you gotta realize too, like if you're not building that line of scrimmage, like you're not gonna win. I don't care what level you on. I don't know if that's something that he really takes seriously as far as saying, you know what, we've got to really improve both lines of scrimmage, because from what I've seen, there isn't any improvement from what they had last year to this year. And also think about this: a team that you just beat last year by 2-3 touchdowns comes back and beats you by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and that's with you having your quarterback back, Travis Hunter, one of the most dynamic guys in the nation. You have those guys coming back, and you get whipped this year. So that tells me that Matt Rule got the line of scrimmage right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He's really come in and because he's been there 2 years too, right?
They
I
both
think this
came
came in at the same time. And Nebraska looks like a completely different level program than what Colorado is right now. And what's he gonna do if Shedeur and Travis Hunter gone? What you gonna do then?
It's gonna be rough, but
no, he ain't gonna be there.
I don't think he's gonna coach. I think he's just gonna leave. Yeah, I think I don't think he's gonna be there.
All right. So good stuff, Susie. But that's our take on Colorado and Nebraska. I think Nebraska was
It's a clown show out there.
Like Cal said, they were just
show.
they're the better coach team, better coach program. There's development off the field that needs to be done, and there's development.
It's obvious too, Coach.
And it was very obvious from the highlights.
It's
like
obvious.
I didn't see the whole game, but I saw some
I
of
did.
that. And
that was an ass kicking.
It was crazy.
It was an ass kicking. No,
Vance B says he agrees when Shadura and Travis leave.
Straight up.
Rumor is that the band. So somebody debunked that rumor that he said the band couldn't play when Shadura scores, and they had to play his song. Somebody debunked it. But Barstool, Colorado was passing that around like it was Bible. So, but they did debunk that. So I was like, Coach Prime does a lot of stuff, but I was like, okay, come on, Coach Prime, he can't.
Coach, the fact that that's even people can even consider that like could possibly be true. That right there, like, come on, man, we bullshit, we messing around, man. We ain't serious.
Right.
Right.
We're
not serious.
We not. Listen, everybody watching, man, y'all make sure, listen, if you're not going to Lexington Saturday, if you're in the Atlanta area, Athens area, come to Athens to Creature Comforts Brewing Company, the official tap room of the Dogs, man. This Saturday, 5 o'clock, 6:30, we'll be doing our Kentucky, Georgia pregame, and then there's a watch party afterwards. So if you ain't watching it with nobody, you might as well come hang out with the fellas. Don't be asking us when we go hang out. This is a perfect time to come hang out. We'll be doing the away games. Other than Alabama, we'll be doing the away game pregame show at Creature Comforts, 271 West Hancock Avenue, Athens, Georgia. That will be there. Will you be there is the question. So come out, have a drink. Look, Prime gonna pull a Lou Holtz Petrino and run.
I can see that. He gonna leave everybody.
Him, Shador. I say him, Shador, Travis Hunter. They gonna leave like end of November. They just gonna be gone.
He gonna put a CD in everybody's locker, like Petrino did that letter.
He gonna put a CD in the locker.
Yeah, Shador CD.
Susan says we need to go back and get Dylan from Nebraska next year. That's our quarterback. I knew he wasn't. Once Carson said he was coming back, that was a wrap for that. But I'm gonna tell you, Susan, you're gonna be highly pleased with Ryan Puglisi once he steps on the field. True that.
Yep.
Trust that. Ryan Puglisi is that guy. I'm not saying he's Dylan, but he's more Carson Beck, like, to be honest. But he's a little bit more mobile than Carson Beck. So I think so. And Kirby's probably gonna hit the portal. This is what Kirby does. He's gonna have 4 really good, capable quarterbacks in there. So, ready for some Tropicalia. That's right. Let's go. That's what it was.
That's what I'm talking about. Hina.
There you go. Let's go.
The drink of champions.
Right.
Drink of champions.
Drink of champions. Son has a game that afternoon, but I try to make it to Athens. That's right, man. 5 o'clock is when the party starts, and then it's on until the end of the game. So come on out, Lance B. Depending on when the honor program is over, I may ride to Athens. That's right, man. The honors people, they getting it over early, man. They too smart to be doing it all through the day. Come on now.
Come on, Shelby. You gotta come out there and sign some autographs.
The first lady. Come on now. How you gonna not be there?
Right. Her daughter is got accepted into the honors program, so she definitely has to.
Yes, sir. Congrats.
That's what's up. Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Sid. So, but yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all come out there. It's that time of the show, man. Y'all got to give us y'all score predictions. I think Georgia is a 22-point favorite, if I'm not mistaken. That is a lot of points for a conference game, by the way. I don't care what the weather is, who the team is. 22 points is a lot of points for a conference game. So y'all get y'all score predictions in, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on Respect the Hedges. And if you don't Respect the Hedges and you just stopping by, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Tell another dog fan, man. We want to see other dog fans in the chat too. We appreciate everybody that's in the chat, but we want to see new dog fans in the chat as well. So I'll start with my prediction. I think, like I said earlier, this game is going to be lower scoring than it could be in other situations. I think we'll be something like 24-3, 24-7, maybe 28. Just depending on, like E-Rob said, we might be trying to run the ball in the second half and they just can't do nothing about it. I don't know. So I do think we're gonna see a lot more running than normal because we do have Alabama after the bye week after this game. So it's Kentucky, bye week, Alabama. So we want to come. That's what I want to see. I want to see all healthy dogs getting on the bus coming back to Athens.
For sure.
I like where you at, Coach. I like
First lady gets in and says 24-3. I am with that. Cool Cal, what you got on the game, my guy?
I'm gonna go a little different, man. I'm gonna go 37-10. I think Kentucky's gonna have something early up their sleeve, maybe get a quick touchdown, something like that. I think once we settle in, I think we'll start beating them up with that running game. I think we'll see ETN get some explosive plays. Frazier Branson get some explosive plays on that D because if South Carolina's gonna go out there and score 31, I mean, and I know I don't think we're gonna throw the kitchen sink at them. But I think just with our basic offense, basic personnel, we should be able to whip them 37-10.
Okay, 37-10. All right, man. We're getting some inside scoop here from Susie. She said, guys, I can't hold water. December 4th weekend, 5-4-3-6 attackers to commit to Georgia. That's all I can say. That's a done deal. 5-4-3-6.
3-6.
Attackers. Oh, is that a
What's
7-17? Hold on. Don't have me looking stuff up. I want to know who committed.
Yeah, this is a hell of a riddle. I'm intrigued.
Right.
I know you're
So 5-4-3-6 attackers. That sound like them scam calls.
Hey, listen, that's what I was thinking. I was like, who committing? You can't do that to us, Susie. You got us on the hook.
That's
now.
all I can say. Done deal.
Right. Lance B says 28-10. I can see that. Last time we was in Kentucky, it was 16-6. The time before that, it was 24-13, I think. But what I will say about those two previous times at Lexington, those teams, in my opinion, were better than 2024 Kentucky. So that's what I'm gonna say. That's right, Hina. J Dog says 30-6. I can see that. And that's a cover right there, J Dog. But it's not exactly. Yeah, like I said, I can see that 2 field goals from Kentucky, or a late touchdown trying to go for 2, something like that. I could definitely see that. Good scores. Hey, man, we got smart fans out here. That's something. E-Rod, what you got on the game, man?
So I'm gonna go definitely totally different because I agree with what you're saying, Coach. I believe in the second half it's gonna be pretty vanilla. We're just gonna run the ball, but I just feel like they're gonna lay down. I really do believe they're gonna lay down in the second half after getting the hell beat out of them by South Carolina. They already expecting to get beat down, and once it starts kind of going that way, it's just they're gonna start thinking about where the party out, what we're gonna do after the game, what chick we're gonna call, all that stuff. You're gonna be thinking about everything but the football game. So I got us at 41-9. Beat down.
41-9.
Super
3
cover.
field goals for Kentucky. Listen, I hope E-Rob is right. I would rather he be right than me. So
that offense is putrid. Coach, you was there. It's putrid.
Good point. That's a good point. You're right.
We're gonna have a lot of short fields if they can't move the ball, a lot of 3 and outs, and then they just gonna give up. They'll just give up.
What we might see is an Anthony Evans punt return this weekend. Maybe.
Give up. Yep.
We'll see.
Okay.
Juju McDowell for South Carolina definitely had some shots at returning punt. So I think if he could get loose, then I would like to see him get loose a little bit. But as long as he hold on to the ball, that's all that matters to me, and that's all that matters to Kirby. We're still on the street with our punter. Nobody returning a kick.
That's still crazy as hell to me.
Going on, let's see, we played 13, 14 games last year, 60. So it's now 16 games straight where nobody's returned any punts.
Not one punt. Not one. Right. That's crazy.
So, all right. Susie says 56-6.
Let's go, Susie.
Dogs.
You like talking all that noise about the defense, but
I like that, dog.
She believes in him, though. What's going on, Diane? We appreciate you getting in. She says 35.
All right, Miss Diane.
I like that. I like that score. She said, "No, guys, I'm driving. I'm trying to text." I'm sorry. Hey, listen, don't do that. Don't do that.
Right, we got Coach looking it up.
right. Don't
be safe out there, Susie.
Be safe out there, Susie. Don't drive. We need.
That's against the law, Susie.
What we need to be a part of.
Once you get your license revoked,
and we're law-abiding citizens on this show. Okay.
That's right. Public service announcement from Respect the Hedges. All right, man.
I see you in Athens at 3 on Saturday.
That's right.
That part.
Abiding the law.
Right. Listen, y'all, before we get out of here, y'all make sure to get over to tailgatekingsatl.com where you can look into getting more information on the charter going from Atlanta to Tuscaloosa on September the 28th. That's the Dogs taking on Alabama, man. Listen, get $150. You get the bus ride down there, which is going to be a party. You get the drinks for free, which is always a party. You get the food for free, which is always a party. And then you get back on the bus after the Dogs whoop up on the Tide, and it's still a party all the way home, and you ain't had to lift a finger or drive anything. So y'all make sure y'all do that, man. $150. tailgatekingsatl.com. Don't be coming in here September 25th.
Don't do it. Don't do it,
man. Y'all still got a spot on that bus, dog.
Don't do it.
We ain't got no spot. We ain't got no spot. Y'all, you got to get on it and get on it now. So, any parting words, Cool Cal, before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man, let's go take care of business. Injury free. Let's get out of this game injury free and use that next week to get healthy, because obviously we about to get into the meat of this schedule, and we're gonna need all the guys strapped up, ready to go.
Right. E-Rod, closing remarks.
Man, same thing. I second what Cal just said. I just want to kind of get through this game healthy because the meat of our schedule is about to come up. Alabama, and then into October. If you're a Dogs fan, I cannot wait. I've already told my wife, don't talk to me after Friday night. Just don't even do it. Y'all figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So all October, I'm gonna be locked in, man. This is what it's all about, man. I can't wait. We're playing big games. We're going on the road. This is what it's about, Georgia Bulldogs. Let's do this.
That's right, man. For our guys that's not here, Shawty Parker, JBCA, my boy E-Rob, Cool Cal, I'm Coach I. Listen, man,
we out.
Respect the Hedges, and we out of
Act
here.
like
and
you
as
know.
always, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.